Hi, Jen Gilchrist here with EmpoweredWomen'sLeadership.com, and I help highly sensitive people and entrepreneurs harness their spiritual sensitivities, connect with their unique gifts, and help to make thriving businesses while aligning their business with passion and purpose without burning out. That's the key word. And I know for highly sensitive people that can be the biggest challenge. So I'm here to support you. I just want to let you know who I was. You can welcome all of you over to the Enlightened Entrepreneurs with Jennifer Gilchrist on Facebook group, where you can connect with other like-minded community that helps you to stay connected to your self-care practices, bringing things in balance, and really starting to learn to trust and hone your own intuition and really knowing your divine messages that you're receiving from angels and God all the time. So I just wanted to invite you there. And today we're going to do a reading for February 8th through 14th of 2016. And I'm working with the Angels and Saints cards from Doreen Virtue. I hadn't worked with these cards in a while, and then lately myself, the last few days, I've been guided to, and they've been amazing. So I want to use those today and get a message for everyone to be able to move forward in this time with. Okay, got poppers. All right, the first card is retreat. We're still in this mode. We have gone through a big shift at the beginning of the year. We had all that reflection and retrograde, and maybe you did or didn't take that time to retreat, but you've created you're in a transition, right? We're in this big transition happening, a lot of realigning happening, a lot of raising of vibration, new ideas. Maybe you're just shifting your business, or maybe you're just realizing that what used to work for you no longer is. And so it's really important to take the time to retreat. And that can mean just lightening up your schedule, right? Like maybe you just I feel like there could be just too much going on that you don't have the time to fuel back up and you're kind of running on empty. But also I'm noticing the owl in this picture. And that has a lot to do with just connecting with your wisdom, with your own wisdom, your body's wisdom, divine wisdom that you're connected to and calling through. That's in your heart, that God and the angels in heaven is answering for you as you continue to, take steps into this new zone of new beginnings, in a sense, is how it feels. And interesting, I've been noticing a lot of animals lately. I'm always connecting with angels, and that is just a place that's comfortable for me. But I noticed I was drawn to where my dragonfly, which has to do a lot about transformation. I was noticing the peacocks right before I started this reading, which has to do with your clairvoyance, your insight, your clear seeing, right? And then I'm noticing the owl, which is wisdom. And even last week, I think there was a lot going on with animals, with the turtle, and I was retreating, and all these signs coming up. And now I'm just seeing this deer peeking through, and that has a lot to do with pathfinding. So it's about really retreating inward and connecting with your wisdom and finding your path. I'm definitely seeing that being in nature would be a great way to connect with that, right? Animals in nature are always very present and grounded in the here and now. And so being in the here and now is where your power is, and your inspiration and your connectedness to to that knowledge that you have available to you at all times. So interesting. Actually, for the first time in quite a few years, I pulled out a deck of just my power animals last week. So who knows? Maybe we'll be hearing more from them. So just notice if you're noticing a particular animal kind of coming into your experience a few times, 2-3 times, or maybe even you pick up on it as a kind of a little hello from right off the bat. I sometimes just Google, animal totem. If you see hummingbirds, right? Like that was coming to me around the holidays. Google an animal totem for hummingbirds, and that was joy for me. And and then just notice what other messages come with that. Sometimes it's just giving you some strength in some way as well. So anyways, I thought I'd bring it up because it's been like I was noticing it before I sat down. In fact, I almost pulled out that other deck. I'm like, no, I still want to use these. Anyways, next card, higher education. So as I tune into this could mean a couple different ways. If you are thinking of continuing some sort of education, whether it's learning a new skill, or expanding your knowledge in some way, literally, if you've been getting that call. Like for me recently, I was really drawn to learning about essential oils, which has been really awesome help for me as a highly sensitive person. Just my nervous system's more sensitive, our nervous systems are more sensitive, and so going through big changes and just being in the world can be more intense and overwhelming at times. And so I've noticed how much that's calmed, right? It's helped me learn to use this as a way to release stress and actually connect more clearly with my own with my higher wisdom. And so that is one aspect of this. Just notice if you've been drawn to take any classes or programs, or take a step in some way to get some kind of knowledge or help, support. And then I am noticing the butterfly in this one and the dove. And so the butterfly has to do, I generally, with some level of transformation for me as well. There might be a more another meaning. We kind of create our own library of symbols, but for me, dragonflies and butterflies both a lot symbolize new beginnings and like transformation and rebirthings. So I'm seeing that that's what's kind of wanting to bud out and open up from the heart. And then I just see the dove up above there, which is kind of like your higher self, your higher wisdom, your connection, direct source of your God self, really that information coming in clear. And really Christ force energy, like Jesus or God or whatever you're called to in your way of thinking, that a higher power. It's that wisdom that's available to you and supporting you at all times. So I really see that trusting and knowing that you're loved and supported is coming through, especially with that pink halo. I don't know if you can see. There's like a pink halo of love and support and nurture around you. And also this is like your higher education could also mean just downloads of information, like you just connecting with your higher wisdom and really being like, that's what I'm noticing for myself, like called to take special care of your body, how we have been. It's like raising the vibration to receive more information that you're here to now bring forward into the world as a more clear message that you're here, or maybe more alignment with your own unique gifts and message, and your own information coming through as well. So it could be literal, taking a program or a class or going back to school or whatever it is. If that's been on your mind, think about that, tune into that. That might be exactly it. And it could also just be that you're being downloaded with more clarity in your knowing, because you've been taking good care of your body and retreating and raising the vibration. For me, it's a lot about detoxing off of caffeine and alcohol and sugar. And it's not like I'm perfect, but definitely feeling that call. And I know it was because I was being called to receive a higher level of information and knowingness, and really be a match to receive those bigger manifestations that you're asking for, and being able to have the energy to be bigger and share in a bigger way. So that's coming through really strong. Starting to feel like maybe action might be coming eventually here. It's coming. Oh, look at that. So yeah, Christ energy. So that's kind of what I was noticing in that dove, and that's the next card. Christ. Miracle. Expect a miracle. So it's really calling you to continue to have deeper faith, right? Call upon Jesus. Call upon whatever is a source of strength and faith for you, whatever your beliefs are. I love Christ energy and calling him to guide and help me in my day, in my life all the time. And he's just calling you to really expect miracles, right? So it's again that faith, like don't lose faith. Don't get too caught up in the how. Don't get all freaked out about, the fear-based, like how is this actually going to work? Or, where's the money going to come if maybe you're being guided to like do some shift in your business and you're wondering how, or maybe you want to be guided to taking a program or taking a class or something. You're like, well, where's the money going to come from? And so just like noticing your thoughts of worry, and just know that anytime that you're doing something that's in alignment with love, with God, with your path, with your higher, the higher course that's there for you, you are totally supported in all ways. And it takes you to trust that and hand over the worry, right? When we get into worry, it's hand to heaven the worry and start to kind of call in that. It's really a deeper level of faith and expectation. So just noticing that you're keeping your eye on the prize, and notice that might change. Like sometimes I'm again, love and hate with the goals, right? I think it's good sometimes to have something to go towards, but then knowing that it might shift and realign and look a little different than you expected when it comes to fruition. And sometimes if we're in resistance to expecting it to be a certain way, then we might miss opportunities that are like coming and flying by on the sidelines. So staying focused and rooted in faith and trust and expecting a miracle, because there's miracles there for you every single day, and you're looks like you're supported with lots of heavenly love and support. Yeah, and there's something about the energy that I just looking at the earth is in his hands, right? And at the heart. And there's a connection. You have that connection to God all the time. So I just see that, just a reminder that you're loved and supported and guided always. And you never not connected, even though when we're in the lower energy of fear, it can kind of feel like it, right? It can sometimes feel like you're all alone. But just remember that you're actually always loved, guided, and supported and connected and cared for in all ways from a power that's much larger than you often see yourself available to you. So that is the oh yeah, we have 2 punctuations that came out. And this one has been coming up for me like seriously often for myself personally. Activist. So this is really, again, it's a beautiful card. It's really you're being called to step in more deeply into sharing your message with the world, sharing your gift with the world. The world needs you. You have something special and a special way to say it. Even if other people may be teaching the same things that you're feeling, that you're guided towards doing, or that you want to share, you have a unique voice. You have a unique voice that somebody that can hear it from you may not hear it the same way from somebody else. And so don't worry about that. There's so much room for people to bring forth messages of love and support and empowerment, that your message is needed, and this is a call for you to share your message authentically and more deeply and in a bigger way. Healing. So this is a good card. And I just see, again, it has to do with really knowing. I just see this, this reminds me of just your connectedness to God, right? Your connection there, and that you're supported. And really calling in, like giving yourself the space to take care of you, allowing yourself to drop any the patterns and ways of being that are being reflected, especially like in January. There's a lot of things coming up for us to see, old patterns being reborn, rebirthed. And so it's a time for another layer of you allowing yourself to shed those things and beliefs that are not working for you. So maybe it's working with somebody to get some healing, knowing that you have the power within you and that you can call on heaven's help to help you release these things by handing over those fears and concerns, and by asking for steps to take in order to release and let go and open up in an even bigger way. So it's just reminding you that you have this, you are made, you have the divine spark within you, right? And so call on that. It's extremely healing, and you are much more powerful than you realize. And it's time for you to really step into that with yourself and let go of all those things that are not serving you. And you always don't have to do it alone, right? Get lots of support in the physical world with people that, there's lots of supports. We have the Enlightened Entrepreneurs with Jennifer Gilchrist group. We'd love to have you over there. But just surrounding yourself with your inner circle of people that are believing in you and guiding and supporting you and helping you as you take this stretch into this land of like, whoa, this is a bigger version of me that I don't know how I'm going to do it, or whatever your fear is, right? Like just stepping into yourself in a bigger way is what you're being called to be, even a bigger leader in your own life and in your business, and knowing that you are always supported, and calling in that support that's there for you. God, Jesus, the angels, retreating with yourself so you can be quiet and listen and hear, and then just doing what you need to do to get your own support and education, or just know that you're being downloaded with more information as you're becoming more sensitive, and that you have a special message for the world. So this got a little longer today. Thank you for sharing with me, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. All right, bye-bye.